Welcome back into Main Street Living, our 1-year anniversary episode. We're looking back on this past year, and obviously we were dealing with the pandemic for this past year. And then one of the ways that was the most challenging, I think, was what do we do about schools?
Oh, look, Danielle, when I tell you, when the pandemic struck last March, schools across the country not only closed their doors, but they sent students home to begin distance learning. And this was obviously a new concept for most students, including their parents. And oh, don't I know it?
Oh my gosh, it sounds so stressful. And we actually documented some of the innovative ways that educators tried to keep the school experience alive, with virtual field trips to California state parks, to drive-through graduation ceremonies, and a personal perspective from an elementary school teacher in New York City.
Hi, I'm Carly. I live in New York City, and I'm a teacher for the Department of Education. I teach kindergarten. And here's a little glimpse of how my life has changed since the pandemic. We live in New York City, so our living space is not huge. We have a 10-month-old son. And being that daycare is closed down, we are both now stay-at-home parents as well as working parents. Here is my working station, this part of the dining room table. So normally I go into my Google Classroom and check work from the previous day, contact parents, making sure everything's okay. Some of them have the virus. It's been a little bit tough. I'm trying to be as lenient as possible because I understand what they're going through. This is it for the morning.
The primary users traditionally have been teachers and students sitting in classrooms, and we connect those teachers and students with all of our natural, cultural, and historical resources that we have here in California. But when COVID hit, we realized that we had to adapt and we had to change our delivery method. So we started to offer what we call home learning programs, streaming our programmings like this one from Lake Tahoe directly into students' homes. So all a child has to do is connect, and they are sitting in their home, but getting to explore Lake Tahoe with one of our subject matter experts.
Now, who's responsible for delivering the digital info, and where are they primarily located?
Great question. And they're located all across the state. With COVID, we had to change and adapt as well. So not only are teachers and parents and students adapting, so are we. And all of our interpreters who are used to doing traditional on-site field trips for students recognize that they need to start bringing their park to the students because the students aren't coming to our parks this school year. So we have programs from places like Lake Tahoe. You want to learn about the Gold Rush, you can actually visit a Gold Rush town, Columbia State Historic Park. You can speak directly with an interpreter who is of Yurok descent and learn all about indigenous cultures up in North Coast Redwoods. So beaches, deserts, redwood trees, the biggest trees in the world, the tallest trees in the world, all coming right to your home. So you can stay safe and we can bring the beauty of state parks to you.
This next story is from a student's point of view, and you got to see it to believe it. It's a drive-by graduation ceremony. Check it out.
Love it.
Hello, everybody. Hola. Hey, you guys here for the Central High School graduation? Keep on moving.
Hi, I'm Daralee Hosbernart, and I'm a class of 2020 graduate. When I was younger, I would not have pictured my graduation being in a parking lot drive-thru. Like, who would ever thought that this would happen and we would be in this situation today? Being a 2020 graduate is kind of disappointing because I didn't get to finish my high school experience and everything I wanted to do, like prom, and I wanted to actually walk for graduation. So being trapped in a car waiting for hours is kind of not it. So
tell me what you think about coronavirus.
I am actually very excited to graduate still due to the circumstances because a diploma is still a diploma, so whoop whoop. Hey Marvin, hey Brittany. This is kind of fun, not gonna lie. Now going more through it, it's like, wow, cool. It was actually really cool, cooler than I expected. I got to walk with my family. They were right next to my side when I got my diploma, so that was really cool. It wasn't a boring, average graduation. Instead of like clapping and yelling, there's just the horns honking everywhere. That was really cool and unique. So I'm kind of proud of my class and what this was. So cool experience.
Wow. Now, what I will say is regarding the graduation, like that was much different than my high school graduation. Is that I barely knew if I was going to graduate or not. So
Quincy.
they had a lot of fun, obviously.
That cracks me up. And I love their positive attitudes about it because I feel like I would have been cranky, but they were so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Hopefully they get like a prom maybe later on down the road. Maybe when you're in college, you could do like a prom theme party or something. But yeah, they just they found a way to make the best of it. And especially like getting to learn just straight from Lake Tahoe. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh. I know. Yeah, lots of cool stuff there. And we've got some more cool stuff coming up on Main Street Living. We've all heard the phrase, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And next, we will share some good news stories from the past year. You don't want to miss it.